Hello, I'm Alberto Zanelli, full researcher at the National Research Council of Italy, and I'm going to speak about Iko CEO, Understand the Circular Economy by Playing. This activity has been developed together with the colleagues Emilia Benvenuti, Lorenzo Forini and Armida Torreggiani. The current business model is the so-called linear economy. It answers to the simple paradigm take, make and dispose. That is, the economical system takes raw materials and energy from the Earth's crust, transform them to products that are sold to the consumers. The consumers use the products and, at the end of their life, dispose them. The shortage of several raw materials, the decrease of the availability of the fossil fuels and the greenhouse effect suggest that this business model is not longer sustainable. The alternative to linear economy is circular economy. On 2020, the European Commission published the Circular Economy Action Plan for a cleaner and more competitive Europe. Unfortunately, these complex and interdisciplinary concepts are not yet included in the standard educational curricula in the European schools. The Ellen MacArthur Foundation defined the circular economy as a way to maintain the utility and value of products, components and materials as long as possible. The circular economy minimizes the need of inputs of new raw materials and energy, reducing the environmental pressure, the gas emission, and the disposal of waste. It aims to realize technological cycles that do not interfere with the natural ones. Circular economy needs to cut the use of raw materials, to transform them by using renewable energy, and to design new products by substituting critical raw materials with sustainable ones. When a product is going to be obsolete, it should be reused in a less demanding application. And if is not possible, its components should be recovered to produce new products. At the end of its life, every material must be recycled and every waste should be caught to be rebooted in the cycle. An example of a new business model in the circular economy is the reverse logistic. That is, the customers return their products to the manufacturer when they buy the new one. The manufacturer has to set up the service to recover the old products and recycle them. Another example is the so-called remanufacturing. In this case, the producer takes back the old products from the market and refurbish them to sold once again in a less demanding use. To do this, the products must be designed to be repaired and upgraded. The last example is pay-per-use. In this case, the producer doesn't sell the product, but the service to use it. The maintenance remains on charge of the producer, and he refurbishes or substitutes the product when it is obsolete or broken. Iko CEO, It's Your Business are the title and subtitle of a tabletop game designed to introduce the students of the high school to the business models of the circular economy. The use of a game to reach educational goals, sometimes called gamification, it's a funny way to integrate the standard curricula of the school. In this game, the students play the role of the chief executive officer of a company that produces microchips. They start their activity in the business model of the linear economy to switch later in the business model of the circular economy. The game is composed by 9 table boards, several different types of cards, credit coins, and instruction manuals in several European languages. The printable version of the game is downloadable from the internet, where it is also possible to find 3 video tutorials. And now, let's see together the first one.
Iko CEO is a game about entrepreneurship in a circular economy. You can play in 3 or 4 teams. Each team is the CEO of a company. Your aim is to develop a thriving business. The team wins victory points by making investments, earning money, and awards. Look in the manual to set up the game. When you're all set to start, read the mega event announcing the first stage and scan the QR code to learn the game rules.
During the first stage of the game, the teams play the role of the chief executive officer of a microchip company that acts in the linear economy. They have to decide how to play the cards in their hands and how to spend money. They can decide to use them as resources to produce microchips or as an investment to increase the efficiency of their companies, that is, to produce the same microchip by using less resources. They also could invest to produce the microchip by substituting one resource to another easier to be found. The teams could also have the opportunity to lengthen the value chain of their companies by building a factory of mobile phones or a factory of electric bikes. As the primary microchip factory, these 2 new factories could be improved by using the efficiency card or the substitution card. The teams have also to decide the priority of their activities and assign the employees to them. Finally, they can trade the cards in their hands with the other teams. When the first resource card deck ends, the mega event card announces the second stage of the game. Now the teams have to arm their companies against the material scarcity and start to act in the circular economy. The deck with yellow and green cards replaces that with the pale blue ones, and the teams start to play on the yellow-green table board of the circular economy together with that of the linear economy one. Now the teams can invest in waste recycling, take back and sell for scrap, and renting services that are new business models typical of the circular economy. With further investments, the teams can improve the activity sell for scrap to the activity reuse of the microchip. If they invest to improve the renting services with the design for repair, the service life of their products increase and they can use them more and more in the renting cycle. When a team invests to improve a factory, it closes the loop of a product and gains victory points that will be the most important factor for the final score of the game. During both the stage of the game, the players can draw from the deck the event cards that randomly introduce further management and environmental issues. For example, a card forces the players to to pay the tax for the CO2 emissions. Another one stops a player in his activity because of the strike of his employees. A further mega event card introduced the third stage of the game, where a severe material scarcity forces the players to produce with half the resources they had in the first two stages of the game. Now it's important to trade on the market, but also on the waste depot and with the other players. In this stage, the teams that invested in efficiency, recycling, reuse of microchip, renting services and design for repair are advantaged with respect to the other, and their companies are going to win the match. The game can stop 50 minutes after the beginning to fit the standard school time, or it stops when a team fill all the card slots on its table boards, or finally when the second card deck ends. Several hundreds of students tested the game in Belgium, Germany, Italy and Estonia. In 2019, at the 4th European Conference of the project Raw Matters Ambassadors at School, students from some different countries of Europe played Iko CEO together. A short satisfaction questionnaire demonstrated that the students enjoyed to play the game and that they would like to play once again with their classmates. Students found the game rules clear enough, and half of them answered that they learned something new after playing Iko CEO the first time. In every country of the partnerships, some teachers participate to an advisory board to collaborate in the focus of educational items. In fact, the project partners, with the help of this teacher, are collecting several other educational materials on the website of the project in order to integrate the official school curricula with the issues of the circular economy. The educational goals of the project are interdisciplinary and range from material mining and processing to the challenge of the strategic material supply, from sustainable consumption to product value chains, including new circular strategies, business models and entrepreneurship in the circular economy. Quizzes, suggestions for homework and further role-play games are going to complete the educational material related to Iko CEO. In conclusion, I only would like to remark that Iko CEO is a serious game on the entrepreneurship in the circular economy, addressed to students in the age range from 15 to 18. It's a funny and engaging way to address the youngsters to the European Green Deal. The authors would like to thank Saskia Manshoven from VITO in Belgium, Sarah Reddig from Wuppertal Institute in Germany, and Karen Carr from Taltech in Estonia. The game Iko CEO has been developed in the project Smart Place at School, that means Smart Platform for Education on Circular Economy in High Schools, funded by the Knowledge Innovation Community Raw Materials of the European Institute for Innovation and Technology.